Hey everyone, I'm Bridgie from Bougie Texas Barbecue, and today we're going to be smoking a whole brisket on Oklahoma Joe's new Bronco that was just released. Hope y'all are excited. I definitely am, so let's do it. Today I'm going to give you my tips and tricks when it comes to smoking a brisket low and slow. And I'm also going to cover on how important it is to rest your brisket with a little help from my friends at the Meat Swaddle, which I'll be featuring today. But let's get into our brisket. After trimming it down, you're going to hit it with your favorite rub. If you want to keep it Texas style, just hit it with a basic salt and pepper or some SPG. This will give your brisket a better chance of smoking evenly in the flat side and the point without over drying that flat. This is why I trim my briskets down this way. But not necessarily saying that you have to trim it down. You can smoke and trim your brisket as you please. Now I'm pretty sure I struck a nerve with someone and they are already typing that I trimmed too much fat off. Yes, I did. Not all the fat is gonna render down, and you don't necessarily gonna lose out on any money. Trim the fat and turn it into beef tallow. Again, another video that I am launching soon. But you can trim your brisket as you please. I'm just here to help, not to argue. Once you are done trimming down your brisket, it's going to be time to heat up the smoker. Today I'm using Oklahoma Joe's new Bronco that just got released this year. So I'm very excited for this cook. And if I'm talking too fast and you need something to reference, I'm going to put all this information down in the description. But let's head over to the Bronco. So I heated my Bronco to 250 degrees with Oklahoma Joe's lump charcoal and some post oak wood chunks. And just another tip that I wish someone would have told me when I started smoking is the way you place your brisket on the smoker is the way it's going to shape out during this cook. Anyways, smoke at 250 degrees for 4 hours undisturbed. After 4 hours, it's time to spritz our brisket. I recommend spritzing every hour after this point until your brisket is probe tender. If you don't add a water pan, this step is crucial to make sure there's moisture within your smoker and that the bark stays moist. Another thing that's super important during smoking, especially if you want a pretty bark, is to make sure you take care of those brisket puddles. As you can see, I'm actually adding foil to tilt my brisket a little bit. This just means that I could have done a better job at trimming, that way those brisket puddles wouldn't form. But it's perfectly normal. Before I close the lid, I'm going to add some of the brisket fat into some cast iron pans to render down into tallow. My total cook time today at 250 degrees was roughly 9 hours. Once my brisket did hit that stall, I did bump it up to 275. I do apologize, my friends, that I wasn't able to record me actually wrapping the brisket. I was truly battling the winds and it was knocking over my equipment, so I had to take it inside. Now, I did wrap my brisket and I rested it in the Meat Swaddle. Big shout out to them. I really love their products. I'll have the link in the description if you want to check them out. But basically, it just acts like an ice chest without taking all the space of an ice chest. So if you need to transport your brisket, you can, so everyone can look at this beautiful masterpiece you just created. Okay, so let's talk about resting your brisket. I'm about to go on a barbecue rant, but it is an important rant, so make sure you pay attention, especially if you smoke your brisket, but you can never get it tender enough. Here's why. So brisket is the working muscle of the cow. So there's a lot of connective tissues that need to render down properly. But even though you cook it all the way, it's probe tender and you technically have it rendered, what happens is if you cut into a hot brisket, but it's like cold outside or you're whatever, you're basically putting your meat into a meat shock because you are dropping the temperature of the brisket too fast that it tightens up. So in order to prevent this and prevent your meat from going into meat shock, you need to let it drop. Now, the preferred temp would be anywhere between 160 to 150 will be the preferred slicing time. Wouldn't recommend going anything under 150 or even 140 because then you're entering the food poison zone, so I wouldn't do that. But this is also why you'll catch these professional barbecue enthusiasts resting their briskets overnight because they have the equipment to hold their brisket at 150. That gives the brisket so much more time to reabsorb all the juices that it lost. I told you it was a rant. So just to break it down, if you want a juicy brisket, I know it's been such a long cook, but allow it to rest till it drops to an internal temp of 150 before slicing. This can range anywhere from 3 to 4 hours resting time. Yeah, I know, it's a long time. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That is the brisket truth. Well, that pretty much wraps up this video, guys. I am sorry I cannot record myself talking while I'm cooking because I'm so focused into my cooks. Please let me know if you have any comments or questions or whatever. Leave them down below. I know I'll get a hater in the comments, but that's okay. Till next time, guys, enjoy. Bye.